Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make and use the drying basin and mechanical drying basin, which are a couple machines. They do the same thing. One's a little bit faster, but they can convert some items into different types of items and can be very useful. If you find this video helpful and you like it, please be sure to click like. But most importantly, please remember to hit that subscribe button. That way you can see all my videos and tutorials as they come out. Okay. So for the drying basin itself, you're just going to need 5 logs, 1 ink sac, and 2 iron ingots. That's going to give you a standard drying basin. Now, a mechanical drying basin is going to need one of the drying basins we just made, with an energy battery on each side and obsidian above and below. That'll give you your mechanical drying basin. Both of them not too hard. Obviously, the drying basin you can make much earlier in game, but once you're able to make a mechanical, I definitely recommend doing so. Grab some of those components and set them up. So a regular drying basin, put that right there. Ourselves some stuff. There you go. So with a drying basin, if you put an item in it that can be dried into another, it's a large list of items that'll work. By right-clicking on it and placing the item inside, you'll see that it's transforming. It takes just a moment. I put in some zombie flesh, rotten flesh, and it changed that into, right-click, leather. So great way to get leather, and especially if you have a mob farm set up and you're getting a whole lot of rotten flesh. It's a very quick, easy way to get a large amount of leather pretty quickly. And you can set another item in, wait for it to go, and then unload it the same way. Right-click with the item to put it in, right-click with an empty hand to take it out. Now, a mechanical drying basin is the same basic process, except it's going to need power. So in this situation, I'm running it just connected to a creative battery, but any RF power source will work. Connected it with an energy extraction cable. So once you click on the mechanical drying basin, on the left here, you'll see the power that it has. In this situation, it's got 100,000 RF ready to go. Next to it is a tank, and this tank will allow you to put liquids inside the drying basin and convert them into solids. The next frame, smaller squares, where you put a solid in, converting it from one type, drying it into another. Over here are the physical or dried items that will be created. And here on the last slot is a fluid tank as well. Drying some items does create a fluid that you can then take out with a bucket or a tank and get that as well. So we're going to start off by doing the same thing we did a moment ago. We'll take some rotten flesh and we're going to put it in the slot here. And as you can see, it's doing the same thing that the regular drying basin did, but much quicker. It's converting that RF, turning all this rotten flesh into leather. Now, we'll go ahead and take those out of there. This will also work on other items. For example, some wet sponges in there. It's going to convert it to a regular sponge. Very easy. So now maybe we want to do some types of liquids. Show some of that. Let's go over here. We are going to grab ourselves some lava. So to put liquids inside of a mechanical drying basin, you're just going to right-click with that liquid on it, and then right-click inside. You'll see that the tank is filled up with the lava I've placed in there. And that lava is being dried into magma blocks. So again, different types of liquids that can go in here can convert into different types of solids. Not all liquids will convert into a solid, and not all items will dry into another item. So it is a select amount of items and such you can use, but for those that you do need to dry, mechanical drying basin is an incredibly fast way to do that. And you just take those items out and you are good to go. But overall, pretty easy process. Again, both of them are great. I recommend getting a drying basin relatively early once you're able to make one, only because, again, converting flesh to leather will really help you out in some of the early builds, especially if you haven't had a lot of animals farm yet, but you are getting flesh from any type of mob spawner or mob farm that you've built. All right? And then the mechanical one, again, if you have a liquid that's in the right tank over here, right-clicking with an empty bucket on the drying basin should pull the liquids out and put it inside of your bucket. Or if you put a tank next to it, it should convert any fluids into that tank, which you can then use a bucket, empty bucket, to right-click on the tank and pull the fluids out of there. All right. So again, not too hard today, but incredibly useful, especially if you need to dry a lot of items or you need certain components that are harder to farm or take a while to farm. Drying Basin can be your friend in that situation. That's going to do it for this tutorial. If you have any questions about this tutorial or any of my other tutorials, please be sure to put those down in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back with you as quickly as I can, as well as any recommendations or suggestions you may have for other tutorials that you'd like to see in Sky Factory 4. Always looking for new ideas. You can also go to my website, Onlydraven.com, and there you'll find a link to all my tutorials and videos, streaming schedule, email submission form for questions, feedbacks, or recommendations, the ODG store for OnlydravenGaming merchandise, as well as a large amount of other different resources. So I do recommend checking out the website. That is going to do us for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.